All right, one of the most amazing things is 31 years of high school football games. How many did you miss?
0.
Never missed a Friday night in 31 years as the head of student council.
Never.
So we got to talk about it because Raleigh Cruson, as we all talked about, wanting to be a sociologist or a social worker because she was in Vince's class. So you come in as a rookie, and you meet this guy named Vince O'Donnell, and what happens with student council?
Well, it's interesting. Vince, I saw him every day, third period. I would go back into the teacher's cafeteria, and he would be standing there leaning against what is maybe a freezer, I suppose. So he was always there. And a relatively friendly guy, so I started talking to him. And ultimately, by midway through the year, I would talk to him for a long time because I knew no one here in any way, shape, or form, and would talk to him a lot. So, and that went on for several years until ultimately Vince wanted to quit student council.
Yeah.
He was having some issues.
But he had done it for a long time, too.
Forever.
Yeah.
Now, and at some point in time, the football field moved from the middle school to the high school.
72, I think.
That year was the year that I started working the concession stands with him.
Amazing.
And, he was a great guy. And I really think, honestly, looking back at those conversations on the freezer, I think he was probably setting me up to take that position. He was sort of scouting the turf to see
who would do it.
See who would do that, and so on. Well, here's a sucker. No, but I'll be honest. I loved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved every minute.
31 straight Friday, 31 years of Friday night. It's just amazing. And I remember when you were in there, and it was bustling and hustling. And did the student council make any money doing that stuff?
Some.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then it would go towards prom or go
homecoming.
Yeah.
Homecoming was generally the situation, because homecoming, even with ticket sales, would typically take a loss, or break even. And so if you wanted to do anything interesting, you had to come from somewhere. Plus, they did a lot of service projects that were out of the pocket. So, the money was not necessarily direly needed, but pretty well used.
But you were also teaching business, and those kids, it's a little business lesson, was it not? Yeah. Did they manage inventory and they managed?
Counted, cleaned up the field.
Yep.
Those Saturday mornings were nasty. Big rainstorm. We're all on the field with our little umbrellas picking up that wads of.
There's a couple of pictures of you in the yearbook doing that.
Yeah.
Hair's blowing this way,
Exactly.
and you're soaking wet, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
It was, but again, using that, you really get to know a lot of kids really well.
Oh, absolutely, you do.
Yeah. So in the process of doing that, I really knew the kids on student council well.
Sure you would have.
Yeah, because we did that on a schedule the only person there every week was me. The students were rotated.
Yeah.
Not necessarily by class, which they wanted to do, but no work got done. So you'd have a few freshmen, everybody.
That's cool, because it created a little mentorship as well. Yeah, because if you're a freshman, you get pushed one of those concession stands and there's 40 people yelling at you. It's like, and they're adults. It's good to have somebody older around you. And they finally just got rid of those concession stands. You can imagine those buildings were here forever.
Ever.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it was that tradition to paint the roof of the one.
Well, and the one, I believe the one I think the one that was tore down at the visitor side.
Yeah.
That was brought up here, parts
from the middle school. Yeah, it was also World War II stuff. All right,